Thank you, Amin, and thank you, Peggy. I would like to acknowledge that we're joined here today by some nursing students, our future colleagues. Welcome. And I think there might be one or two retired nurses in the crowd. I want to thank you for all your contributions. And I believe Camille Curry, founder and organizer of BC Healthcare Matters, is also in the crowd. Camille and her team are working hard to address the family doctor shortage. And there are other community members here as well. Thank you all for being here. Nursing colleagues, I wish I stood here today bringing you greetings for National Nurses Week. This should be a time to celebrate our profession and invaluable contributions nurses make each and every day to the healthcare system. Sadly, most of us do not feel celebrated or respected. Despite the BC Nurses Union repeatedly calling on current and past governments to create a health human resource strategy, we stand here today raising the alarm about the staffing crisis and horrid working conditions that impact patient outcomes and our physical and psychological safety. Nurses are the backbone of the healthcare system and have always answered the call. During the pandemic, we have been hailed angels and heroes. Every shift, nurses face crushing workloads, unsafe conditions. We experience violence and are denied appropriate personal protective equipment and mandated to work overtime. Oh, but wait, we also get parking tickets. We get ticketed and have our vehicles towed away while we're at work. Premier Horgan, Minister Dix, is this any way to treat healthcare heroes? No! No, it is not. The truth is, we're not heroes, and we don't have superpowers. We are mere mortals. We are moms and dads, sisters and brothers, husbands and wives, daughters and sons. We are highly educated healthcare professionals that after witnessing human suffering and caring for the sick and the most vulnerable, we go home to our families that need us. And we are empty and often broken. In 2020, a cross-sectional province-wide survey of the BC nurses was conducted to explore the mental health state of our workforce. Sadly, 1/3 of nurses reported depression and anxiety. 1/2 reported symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder. And at least 1/3 reported high levels of one or more dimensions of burnout. Now this study was done 2 years ago. I'm sure if it was repeated today, the results would be much more concerning. Premier Horgan, Minister Dix, we can no longer shoulder the burden of not having enough nurses. And do not blame the current staffing crisis on the pandemic. The pandemic exposed the situation, it exacerbated it, but the pandemic did not create this crisis. Is it any wonder that 1/3 of nurses are considering leaving the profession? No. And in some areas, such as emergency and ICU, half want to leave. Is it any wonder that our new grads, after spending up to 4 years in university, leave? Or that nurses willing and capable of staying in the workforce opt for retirement? Our healthcare system runs on copious amounts of overtime. We are tired of being pressured into staying and sacrificing our own health and well-being to care for patients. While nurses are resilient and hardworking, the situation is not sustainable, and we cannot and will not carry this burden any longer. Staffing levels are abysmal and unsafe. Many nurses report working well below 50% of the unit's baseline of staff on a regular basis. This is on top of having to care for more patients than there are funded beds. Now, just the other day, I received a call from a nurse leader. She was so distressed. She shared that there was only going to be one registered nurse for approximately 45 complex medical and surgical patients. Despite the unsafe staffing levels, the OR proceeded with 7 more surgeries. Not only is this unsafe, it is reckless. Nurses in community must make difficult decisions about who is seen and who is deferred again. Long-term care already has minimal numbers of professional nurses, and they too are working short-staffed every day. It is preposterous that highly educated and skilled professionals in short supply must come here today to demand respect. But here we are. So I hope decision makers are listening, because this is what respect looks like. Respect to nurses means having enough of us to provide the essential care that patients require and deserve. Respect means a safe workplace and leaving at the end of our shift free from physical and moral injury. Respect also means compensation that reflects our education, responsibility, and value to the healthcare system. Without urgent action by government to address the shortage and dangerous working conditions, there is growing frustration and anger among the nursing workforce, causing even more of us to consider leaving the profession. As this rally starts to wind down, Premier Horgan and Minister Dix, know that this is not the last you will hear from BC's nurses. We are 48,000 strong, and we are united in our demand to achieve safe staffing levels and respect for our profession. I'm going to be handing things back over to Amin, but I want all the nurses here to know, as we just start to depart from the legislature lawns, you will hear Aretha Franklin's rendering of respect. As BCNU members, we are proud to add our voices to the historical and ongoing struggle for equality, justice, and respect. Respect. Find out what it means to me. Find out what it means to nurses.